Hey, I'm Decathlon Gamer. Welcome back to PCM22. It's Classics Puncher, and this is episode 39. So, I have been given the task of teammate, and it was a rather mighty task for this Amstel Gold race. 40k at the front, which is much longer than what the usual is, and 65, 70k later, even though I had literally been on the front since about kilometer 2 and was never overtaken by anybody behind me. The continued attempts at attacks and forming a bigger, better, stronger breakaway, more inclusive of the team members that teams wanted to have in there, cost me 30k. Even if those groups had attacked and were seconds off the front, and I'm leading the group. Why it doesn't count that stretch, I don't know, because literally I was on the front. There was no, rotation of riders or anything like that. I was on the front. But that extra effort has already, with 120 kilometers to go, has already started dipping into my maximum because that was a long time out front. Also, as always, the negative race day condition affliction that has impacted me throughout my career in pro cyclist mode hits again. Another -2 today. So chances of still hanging on and getting any sort of result today are not looking good. Not looking good. But let's speed things up for a little bit and see how well we can hang in there. The most undulation is the period we just went through. Course does ease off a little bit, but I'm never going to have support. You can see right now, I can't even, I'm not even fully, there we go. I just now, through that little descent there, got back to full strength, but my full strength is not the same anymore, is it? Whereas we now have just 70k left to go. Bit of a flatter section through here, but again, it's going to get worse at the end. The peloton has been yo-yoing and largely just now coming back together, and yet, my effort is clearly showing that I'm feeling it. I'm really feeling it. So, Schelling, Schachman, Hagita, Kelderman all looking really good. Great race day condition for those guys. Funny thing was my +3 was the best on the expected. So the overall team draw was actually quite good. Just not for me. Okay, that was kind of the worst climb the rest of the way, at least in terms of length. You can see there's at least two really steep ones the rest of the way. Maybe even, well, a lot of them are short and steep here the rest of the way. And I'm not faring so well. In fact, I'm going to actually back off on my effort and allow myself to drift because it's clear that I'm really not going to hang in with this group for too long. So we have to hope that group stays together a little bit better, and drifting backward can do just enough that over the top then you can speed up and kind of recover position a little bit. But there's 9 at the front, there's 70 chasing, and I'm right to the back already with a couple hefty climbs left to go. And that's it. We are done. We are out the back. Like I said, I have that little bit of energy left, but it's so minor. And maybe Fortunato, maybe these guys can pull us back up, get us back in contact. But, the group in front of us with Hagita has also been dropped. So, and that's it. There goes the last of the energy. So that was that for today. Unfortunately, between the task and the execution of the task, and then a race day condition not materializing in the positive manner that it should have, has led to we're going to get 10 XP for running 50k at the front. Schachman still in it. He's still got a decent chance here, but he's off the back. He is not in the lead group. He is 1 minute behind. So it looks like the team as a whole has failed massively. I did my job. Coming up on the finish line now, and Pogacar has claimed the win ahead of Gourmet. Alaphilippe round out the podium there, and Schachmann got 5th. Okay. Not too bad. Schachmann 5th place. I should get a few bonus XP for Schachmann placing that high. Yeah, the Schachmann being in Group 2, it was Pogacar alone, solo up the road, and then going on to claim the win by half a minute. Manager satisfaction up to 91%. I think we had a little break in our calendar, and so natural decay is why that's down, but we gained 19 points of experience. We're 200 away from our next. The scales have balanced for the first time in quite some time. My +3, I got a +2 on top of it, so I actually drew even to where we are over these 2 days of racing. But of course I do have that teammate assignment again. But the work is done. I was really careful about putting it in today. When I saw an attack, I just kind of sat up and waited until the attack to be done and cleared before returning to the front, so I didn't burn quite as much energy. I didn't just stay on the front for 70k, because I do have some ambition for today with this race day condition. Now again, I did expend a bit more energy, but I have 87 stamina today. I have a 70 mountain today, so as we get into the later phase here and go up the Murderhui for the first time of 3 trips today, we'll see how we're faring at the end. I do have an 81 hills. It's not quite enough to really compete with the world's best, but maybe enough to squeeze my way into the top 10 today. But of course, no teammate support, so that top 10 would be a strong finish under these circumstances, but that's what I'm aiming for anyway. We'll see if we can pull it off as we prepare for our second time through here in the key area. 33k to go. Let's slow down as we go through here. I'm probably going to have to put in a bit more effort this time as we go up the Murderhui, as I'm assuming that the field is going to want to push on a bit harder than what we did last time. It's only 1.3k, but you know, it's steep, it's skinny, it's tough, and we were hanging in there just at the top. You can see that big acceleration now. I lose some position here and actually lose contact briefly, but we know that's going to yo-yo and come back together, and it does. 111 riders left in the peloton, and just a small group off the front, but it's still over a minute advantage to the last of the breakaway riders. 5 of them, and now 90 in the peloton, as a few more broken off as we're on this larger, flatter plateau area, but setting ourselves up, final lap. Just 20 kilometers left to go in this one. Not great on the energy level right now, not great, but leader. Oops. Oh, really? Come on, you guys. Just a few bike lengths in front of us, we see a big, massive let up and a group of 20 riders. I mean, that's no small group, and it's not even really an attack of any sort, but 20 riders going clear, and that puts a bit of a wrench in our plans. Slow down here. Brooks has made contact once again and actually has moved forward. Just those 2 climbs left to go, and again, I'm a little bit on the tired side here. At this stage, you know, if I had some support, I'd be a lot better off. It's that mountain rating that is causing such a hit here, but we're in a good position. Can we get back up there? Schachmann and Brooks are both here now, so no one from the team is in that strong position they need to be in, as we are going to make our way forward on this climb here briefly. We want to put that effort in and get to the front of the group as we are coming up on that. It's front 12, by the way. Now front 10, front 11. It's something. Front 11, and it's just ahead of us. And the chase groups, it splits in half just in front of us. Gel. Final 5k. And we're going to have to save a little something. It looks like that top 10 is going to be a little bit elusive. No, hey, it's together. Top 23. Top 23. It's not done yet, but we don't have much for the finale. And we're seeing another attack here. Front 15. Okay, we're going to want to go 95. I don't think we have enough to really push on and attack until we get to near the top. Yeah, we do have a little bit more. It's inside 1K. Not much. No, I was making the right adjustment here. In fact, I don't think we're going to quite make it to the top, are we? Nope. Okay, sprint on. Top 10's eluding us, but Utrebrooks and Schachman are both going to get up there in the top 10. Gregoire has taken the win. I just miss a top 10 with 13th. Stamina's good. However, my mountain rating, steep ones there. And without support, if I had support, I would have been fine at the end, and I would have been in that top 10 for sure. Close otherwise. Still a good result. Not the greatest team result though, as we only managed 7, 8, 13. Tour de Romandie, middle way through it, and I was going to bypass the entire race, but as we had a punchy stage and I was looking at it going, hey, KOM, could we get a breakaway and maybe do something with that? And then I come in here with a teammate assignment. And I'm like, fine, okay, I'll play the teammate assignment. So I put on my 67 and my infinite relay and go to the front, and I've got my screen open, my race strategy, and I'm watching my kilometers as we push a little bit harder, faster here. And I close the screen, and I see that I'm in the breakaway because I was not getting credit for kilometers, and I'm like, what the heck's going on? Why aren't I collect? Anyway, at the point that somebody attacked, I ended up in contact with them and somehow didn't turn around and get dropped. So make hay while the sun shines or something like that. I'm not going to get very many points here. I'm not quite strong enough, am I, as a climber? And there's a lot of points that are already kind of out there. But we're in the break today, so maybe we're thinking about the stage. Looks like I'm not quite strong enough to really properly compete for the KOM, at least not based on that first climb. The climbs are a little hard for somebody with such a poor mountain rating as myself. Group is shrinking. We're down to just 12 riders now. 99 is probably not a good place to be here, but this is how I stay in the group ultimately. As the front few guys attack and go off, and they need to recover quickly and then somehow get back up to these guys. Can we go acrobatic descent? Will that help us get back up there? It's dangerous in the current weather situation, but at least there's 3 of us together now. Soren Krag Anderson. Mühlberger also coming up. And there's just 5 guys ahead. So that is the front of the race, but we're still off the back of those guys. And again, as a fairly weak climber, just based on how things have gone so far, I have not liked my chances today. This still could... No, the peloton's nearly caught us. The peloton has already nearly caught us. They're just 23 seconds behind, and we've been reeled in by the peloton. Dang. Okay. Well, there goes that chance of doing something today. However, if I recover here for the next little bit, I might still get my teammate work in after all. 2 climbs left to go. Well, 3 if you count the one after the next intermediate sprint point. I guess it's the first of 2. Field's really spread out, and seeing how small the peloton is, I think I would have been dropped by this stage if I was not in that breakaway. So there is that going for me, and I still only have those 3K. Let's get to the front and see if we can't put a few kilometers in. And one of that front 4 has been broken off, but Fellini is making this hard on me. Now I finally get to the front for a 1/10 of a kilometer before Dabad steps in. That's the problem with trying to do this later on. finally I roll through, I'm having to ride a lot harder to be able to be at the front. Back off a little bit at least. Now that I've actually managed to do so. Can I at least get 25% credit here soon? No, not quite yet. This is dangerous right now. We just need to get through this. It's going to be a nice long descent here soon. There's that 25% workload. Now we enter the descent. I back off a little bit more. Actually dropping riders right now. Zweihoff just got dropped. That's a teammate. Not helpful. Okay, we made it to 50% objective, and I need to sit up and recover a little bit for this climb if I'm still going to be here. I'd rather still be here than get 2 more experience points for going to 75. Not getting the recovery that I was hoping for though, so heart rate's staying high. Oh, I get a little bit of recovery just before we start climbing. I'm going to go backwards quite quickly. Hang in there, nearly to the top, 1.3k to go. Oh, the group just ahead of me split off. I had just a little bit of energy. It was like Tussveld lost contact with the back of the group, and that was that. We were so close. Well, Donnie and I had done a bunch of work. That was up to Tussveld to keep us in there. Not really, it's on all 3 of us, but you know what? I have a teammate here. I could get my credit. Yes, I can. I can get my credit by leading a teammate. At least there's that. Sneaky little system. Stannard with the win ahead of Fisher Black and Van Wilder. And we come to the line. 62nd. Not bad considering how bad of a climber I am and how much climbing there was to do on the stage and how much time I spent either working or in the break. But clearly, you know, nothing doing for this tour, for the Tour de Romandie. So we are just going to move on. I got a little bit of XP for this stage anyway. There's another mountain stage, but nothing doing. I'm not competitive in the KOM. The teammate assignment is only going to take us so far. So that's going to do it for the Tour de Romandie. And that's also going to do it for this phase of the season. What's next? Let's find out in the calendar. Home race as a German player in this game. Rund Köln. So we're heading to Köln next. And yeah, that's it for, I mean, there's fairly big break. We're going to have a month off. That's the only race in all of May for us. That'll carry us into June and the Dauphiné. Dauphiné has a lot more climbing, more punchy stages. There's some more opportunities there than what we had here with the Tour de Romandie. But then we have German National Championships and the Tour. And I have no idea what sort of, I'm guessing it's going to be teammate type assignment. I mean, what else would I be doing there? We have a cobbled stage. That could be the big stage where I'm supposed to be protecting the GC favorite, but you don't even see anything here. My guess, profile-wise, it's the final kilometer. 8 gets gravel at the top of the climb. 1-star kind of stuff. We do have this one. Hello. Okay. Well, there you go. That's what I'm going there for. That one's nothing. That's 1 sector early. Not far out of Dunkirk. But that's the reason for my invitation, it would seem. I'm the Classics rider there to ride support. Boy, that's going to be a long, ridiculous race, though, to just be a teammate in. Nice to win a stage at the Tour de France, though. But I do not know if we're going to have any appropriate profiles. Like, that's too long of a climb. That could be. But, you know, climbing is not my strength, right? That is my best shot at a stage. And I don't know how difficult those sectors will be. I'm guessing not terribly difficult. Here's a punchy one. That could be, maybe, short, steep, with a descent, but there's a fair bit of climbing along the way. The Vuelta is going to be the same sort of problem. Going to this team has not necessarily helped us. Really hasn't. I thought profile-wise I'd get a lot more chances at the classics, and so maybe I have 172 points. This is our final season. Maybe we need to throw caution to the wind and switch up the calendar. Yeah, I think we do. And let me know in the comments what you think. Should we commit points to whatever we can in the calendar? It's not too late yet. We still have some classics ahead of us. These Grand Tours are definitely not the place that I need to be. There are much better things, much more suited to our ride style. A Grand Tour is not going to be a pleasant thing to be a part of at all. Maybe the Tour de France for those couple of days, those couple of stages, but outside of that, there's nothing doing. Let me know if I should leave the Tour on, turn the Vuelta off, and then replace what I can, where I can, how I can, with utilization of whatever points we have to get a lot of classics in. Anything with a cobble rating. I mean, we're not getting to use our cobble rating at all this year. At all. That's ridiculous. That's what I'm built for, and I'm the best on the team for it. I should be picking those races up. They're World Tour races. You would think that the team would at least send their top classics guy to them. We have Liège-Bastogne-Liège available. Well, isn't it too late? Where are we at? End of May. I don't have choices left. We're already past, the races that did suit us there early on, and we just had those bad draws. Yeah, I don't know what to do. There's at least a couple classics in here. I mean, the Canadian classics are at least kind of punchy, but there's not much, folks. There's not much. Still better profile than what we have, I would think. Let me know how we should try to reshape the end of the season, or should we reshape the end of the season. I'm Decathlon Gamer. Like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Have a good one. Be safe out there. Bye for now.